Have you ever wondered why some rich people don't look rich at all? It's a curiously perplexing concept, isn't it? We often equate wealth with flashy cars, designer clothes, and ostentatious houses, but that's just it. It's a common misconception, a stereotype that we've been led to believe. Let's break down this illusion and delve into the reality behind the seemingly ordinary facade of the wealthy. The first reason why the rich might look poor is quite simple, yet crucial. They prioritize privacy and security. Now you might ask, why would they do that? The answer lies in the age-old saying, with great power comes great responsibility. And in this case, the power is wealth. Imagine being a billionaire, with every move you make under the public's scrutinizing gaze. Every purchase, every outing, every decision is under the spotlight, leaving you exposed to potential threats and unwanted attention. It's a harsh reality many wealthy individuals face, so they choose to blend in, to maintain a low profile, to appear ordinary. They've got their fortress, but it's invisible, built with the bricks of discretion and privacy. Take Warren Buffett, for instance. The man is worth billions, yet he lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He could afford any mansion, any luxury, but he chose security over show. Or consider Ingvar Kamprad, the founder of IKEA. Despite being one of the richest people in the world, he drove an old Volvo and flew economy class. These individuals understood the value of privacy and security, choosing to safeguard their wealth rather than flaunt it. So it seems that for some, the saying less is more holds true when it comes to displaying wealth. Moving on, have you considered how humility factors into the equation? Yes, humility, that unassuming character trait often overlooked in our fast-paced, achievement-oriented society. When it comes to the wealthy, it's a trait that's more common than you might think. Let's take a walk down an imaginary street lined with sprawling mansions. Now imagine one of these mansions is owned by a billionaire. Can you guess which one? Don't bother. That's a trick question. The billionaire lives in a quaint, cozy bungalow at the end of the street. Surprised? You shouldn't be. You see, the rich often prioritize humility and values over ostentatious displays of wealth. It's like that old saying, why shout when a whisper can be heard? This is not about being a secret millionaire or a closet billionaire. It's about living a life that reflects one's values and not one's bank balance. For instance, consider the wealthy business owner who drives a decade-old car. It's not that he can't afford a shiny new sports car. It's just that he values the reliability and familiarity of his trusty old ride. He knows the true worth of a dollar and understands that a car is just a means to get from point A to point B. Then there's the multimillionaire who shops at discount stores. She isn't pinching pennies. She's making a statement that says, I am more than my wealth. These examples might seem amusing, even ironic, but they illustrate a key point. When the wealthy choose humility over showiness, they're sending a powerful message. A message that says, I am not defined by my wealth. I am defined by my character. So next time you see someone in worn-out jeans and a simple t-shirt, don't be too quick to judge. They could very well be the wealthiest person in the room. As it turns out, true wealth might indeed be about more than just money. But what about the social aspect of wealth? Can money buy genuine connections? Now that's a question that rattles the cages of our brains, doesn't it? You see, for some affluent folks, wealth isn't just about the glitz and glamour. It's a tool, a means to an end, and that end isn't always a yacht party with champagne showers. Often it's the pursuit of authenticity, genuine connections, real relationships, free from the influence of wealth. Ironically, the more money you have, the more challenging it becomes to form these connections. Why? Well, let's face it, wealth has a certain magnetic charm. It can attract people like bees to honey. But are these bees interested in the flower, or just the nectar it provides? That's the paradox wealth presents. It's a game of discernment, separating the gold diggers from the golden-hearted. In this grand play of life, wealth can sometimes be the mask that hides the true face of friendship. Hence, some wealthy individuals choose to fly under the radar, appearing less affluent than they really are. This allows them to form bonds that are based on shared interests, values, and mutual respect, rather than the size of their bank accounts. So the saying, money can't buy happiness, might just be right, at least when it comes to genuine relationships. Ever pondered how the rich teach their children about money? Well, contrary to popular belief, they don't just hand over a credit card and say, "Go wild." They instill in their offspring the value of money, not just its power. Imagine a father, a self-made millionaire, sitting down with his young son. He hands him a single dollar and explains that this dollar can be a seed which, if planted wisely, can grow into a tree, a forest, an empire. He emphasizes that this is not about having money to spend, but about understanding how to grow and nurture it. It's about learning to see that dollar not as a ticket to instant gratification, but as a tool for future prosperity. The rich often live by the mantra, "Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime." They apply this to their financial education too. It seems that the rich understand that the best inheritance they can leave their children is not just money, but the knowledge of how to handle it. Now, let's talk about the long game. How do the rich plan for the future? Imagine having a piece of cake in front of you. You could devour it all at once, savoring every delicious bite. Or you could take a small piece each day, stretching the enjoyment over a longer period. This is how the wealthy approach their fortune. They could easily splurge it all on flashy cars and extravagant vacations, but instead they choose to savor it slowly, ensuring a future filled with financial stability. You see, the rich understand that wealth is not just about the amount of money you have, but also about how well you manage it. The aim is to create a sustainable financial plan that not only withstands the test of time, but also grows with it. They know that money, like a well-tended garden, can grow and flourish under careful management. Consider the tortoise and the hare fable. The hare, with all his speed and agility, could easily win the race, but instead he gets sidetracked, wasting his time and energy on unnecessary diversions. The tortoise, on the other hand, moves slowly but steadily towards the finish line. The hare's flashy speed is akin to short-term ostentation, while the tortoise's steady progress represents long-term financial security. The rich, much like the tortoise, understand the value of slow and steady progress. They prefer to invest their money wisely, ensuring a steady stream of income that will last them a lifetime, and often even beyond. They realize that wealth is not a sprint but a marathon. It's not about who can spend the most the fastest, but about who can maintain and grow their wealth over the long haul. So it seems that for the rich, it's not just about how much you have now, but how much you can keep for the future. They understand that the true measure of wealth is not in its display, but in its endurance. And that, folks, is the real long game. Lastly, have you ever wondered if the rich prefer comfort over luxury? It's a question that might seem counterintuitive at first glance. After all, with all their wealth, why wouldn't they want to live in the lap of luxury? But here's the twist. Sometimes, the wealthy choose comfort over luxury, and there are good reasons for it. Picture this: a billionaire in a three-piece suit and Italian leather shoes stepping out of a limousine. Sounds fitting, right? But what if that billionaire would rather wear a comfortable t-shirt and sneakers, driving around in a car that doesn't scream, "I'm rich"? It might seem like a scene from a quirky comedy, but it's not as far-fetched as you might think. The wealthy, like everyone else, have personal preferences. They value comfort and practicality. Think Mark Zuckerberg with his famous grey t-shirt, or Warren Buffett, who still resides in the house he bought in the late 50s. They could afford any luxury, yet they choose simplicity. It's a reminder that money doesn't always equal extravagance, but it's not just about physical comfort. Embracing simplicity can also provide a psychological cushion from the often harsh spotlight of wealth. It's a way to stay grounded, to remember who they are beyond the dollar signs. It's a form of self-care, a way to nurture their mental well-being amidst the potential stress and pressures of their financial status. And let's not forget, simplicity can be a strategic move too. When you're not flaunting your wealth, you're less likely to be targeted by those who might want a piece of it. It's a kind of camouflage, a protective shield against envy and judgment. So the next time you see someone in a simple outfit driving an older model car, remember they might just be richer than you think.